Hey everyone, it's Final Round, and my name is Jordan. And to the guy that asked me about doing an intro, I know you said you felt bad, but it's all love, bro. We're just here to all try to make money. So, gonna hop into these picks. This video will be powered by BetUS. You will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There'll be a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So we have the same exact two games from a couple of days ago. Is it okay if I give the same plays that hit? Because I felt like the reads were good. Is there such thing as a re-picker, a double downer? Are there rules to this? Am I allowed to do this? First pick is going to be Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds at -115. You can also take a look at the sports book you're on for a double-double. Right now I'm seeing it's at -130. If you find a better line for double-double, then obviously go with that, because this is essentially the same thing, assuming he scores over 10 points. And like I said before, my read was Jason Tatum in the playoffs. He turns up his rebounding. It has showed. He did it all last playoffs when I was doing picks, and he's done it in this playoffs. He's gone over this mark in 5 out of the 6 playoff games he has played, and his rebound chances, according to Outlier, since Porzingis has been out, his rebound chances have gone up. And against Cleveland this season, he's gone over this line in 4 out of 4 times. And I also, last video, I went over Cleveland's struggles on the road. If you missed that, I talked about how on the road against the Magic, how poorly they shot from just regular field goal percentage, and then 3-point field goal percentage, they were shooting around 25%. It is not good on the road for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it is tough to watch for me as a Cavaliers fan. But when you have missed shots, you have rebound opportunities. I know a lot of people look at rebounds for the opposing center, the guy, or the opposing player the guy's going against. That has a little bit to do with it, but a lot of it has to do with missed shots. Clearly, because that's where you get rebounds. So the Cavaliers shooting wasn't any better in game one. Like I said, they shot 41% from the field, and they stayed at 26% from the 3-point line. So Jason Tatum didn't even play most of the fourth quarter. He went over this line pretty easily, but I still like this play where it's at. So I'm going to be a re-picker. And if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You can just say anything, and that helps. This next pick, I'm going to be a re-picker, but with a little twist on it. Going back to Daniel Gafford over 17.5 points plus rebounds. So I'm adding in the rebounds this time around. His points did get bumped up a little more, and I did like the way that he rebounded. This is at -135. He went over in game one with 16 points and 11 rebounds. And I like this because he was able to rebound well during the regular season against the Thunder, as well as scoring well against them. Going over in 3 out of 3 times playing against the Thunder with the Mavericks. And a positive note for the Mavericks is Daniel Gafford. So if you take a look at plus minus, I don't know how much you believe in plus minus. It can be kind of a skewed statistic, but it's still something to base how a player performed on, even though I know the rest of the team is on the court. So Daniel Gafford had the best plus minus out of the regular rotation. He was at -2 for the entire game, which is good to see. So the coach, the team analytics staff, they're going to look at that. They're going to say, okay, he gave us the biggest impact positively while he was on the floor. So we're definitely going to try to keep him in the rotation as long as he stays out of foul trouble. And I also mentioned in the last video, during the Clippers series, Clippers gave up the 4th fewest points to the center position in the final month of the season, and it showed. And the Thunder gave up the 5th highest points to the center position, and Daniel Gafford was able to take advantage of that, and obviously going over 3 of 3. He had 19 points in both of the games during the regular season, and with 16 points a couple nights ago, I like him to go over points plus rebounds at 17.5 or -135. And just a side note, the other center, Derek Lively, His plus minus was minus 13 in 13 minutes on the floor. And like I said, that could have a lot to do with his teammates who were on the floor. But it's still good to see Daniel Gafford having the best plus minus for our play. And this next play is not a repick, but it's going to be a guy that completely he's on fire right now. And you could take his regular points line. And I don't hate his regular points line. I believe it's at 17.5, but it's going to be Derek White over 3.5 first quarter points. I was surprised this is still at just 3.5. He's playing 9.5 minutes over the past 5 games in the playoffs, and he has just been scorching hot. I was hoping that the layoff and then going into the Cavaliers game was going to make him, a little bit rusty, but no, he just came out, knocked down a 3, made it look easy, and just kept doing it the entire game. And it's just like clockwork. Like, he's just unconscious right now shooting the ball. So when you have his first quarter line at just 2 baskets, it seems like a pretty safe bet to me. So his past 3 games in the first quarter, this isn't a full game, 16 points, 15 points, and then in game 1 against Cleveland, 8 points. And he finished those games at 38 points, 25 points, and 25 points. The thing about taking the first quarter prop is you're avoiding the blowout. Clearly, his play is causing the blowout. He is a big part of causing the blowout to happen. So I'm fine here sticking with the first quarter, and I have a feeling this might get bumped up at least by 1. So as Derek White over 3.5 first quarter points. And before I get into this final pick, I want to talk about BetUS. They'll match your first 3 deposits up to $2,500, and the match will be 125%. Kind of a crazy deposit match. I'll have a link in the description and also a link in the pinned comment if you would like to check them out. In this final pick, talking about role players, and I know a lot of people like to stay away from role players. If you took all the role players from the Pacers, they're cash right now. And this role player for the Thunder has been cash as of late. It's Aaron Wiggins, and I like him over 8.5 points plus rebounds at minus 130. He went over this in game 1 with 16 points and 5 rebounds. He did get some extra time because it was a blowout. In the playoffs, he's averaging around 16.5 minutes. I know that doesn't sound, like you're not too excited about that, but we're here to make money, and this guy's been cashing. He's hit this in 4 out of the 5 games in the playoffs. Clearly hit in game 1 of this series, and he's gone over in 9 out of the last 10 games and 70% out of the last 20 games. An outlier likes to give little stats or notes, and their insight is that he's gone over this in 9 straight games at home, averaging 16 points plus rebounds. So we need him to get a little over half of his average that he's getting at home. So if you're looking for a big name like Shea or Luka or Kyrie, there's plays out there for you, but Aaron Wiggins has been getting it done. And if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. Conversation going on all day long with all different kinds of sports. It's free. Just hop on in there and join the conversation. Love to see you in there. And if you do well with these picks and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and Venmo in the description. You can donate back to the channel. And thank you to anyone who does donate. And to recap the past couple of days, which I haven't recapped on, Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds. That was at plus 105 at the time. That hit. And then Daniel Gafford over 8.5 points at minus 110. That hit. And then I tried to sneak in this plus money play at plus 185. Drew Holiday over 1.5 first quarter rebounds, and he did not hit. I believe he did go over his regular game rebounds. So the read was there. He just didn't do it earlier in the game. And then I had Kyrie Irving over 1.5 steals at minus 110. I checked. I believe this is plus money, and he did go over. He did hit this, and he's hit. At the time, he had hit in 8 out of the last 10 games. So I didn't throw it in there because, sometimes a lot of those things come to an end. But Kyrie Irving over 1.5 steals, if you want to take it again, it is at plus money. If you're on a sports book and you want to single bet something, that might not be a bad play. And then tonight, I am filming later in the day. Ben Shepherd over 6.5 PRA. He beat this with points pretty quickly. That was an easy one. Dante DiVincenzo over 17.5 points. He was in the 20s. He hit that. And then I had the Pacers at plus 5.5. That did not cash. But the player props, I had also had Obi Toppin over 13.5 points plus rebounds. I'm telling you, these bench players, especially Obi Toppin, I mean, he had 20 points and I forgot how many rebounds. He destroyed this line. He almost cashed it with points alone in the first quarter. These Pacers bench guys like TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, Ben Shepherd, they're cashing, man. They're feeding families. So I hope you all do well with these. I hope you don't bash me for being a re-picker or a double downer or a Debbie Downer, whatever it is. We're just here to make money. So God bless you all. It's Final Round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.